Hi everyone, so today I'm happy to tell you that my Cut&Key Print Master Z plugin is finally available for ZBrush 2023, and there is some small, minor change, but this new version works also on ZBrush 2022, so you can update it on your previous version too. And this update is free for all previous owner, and the price won't change for a new owner actually. Alright, so like I say, there is some minor change, that nothing very important, but let me show you the first one with this example. So I got a pretty basic shape here, and if I don't update it, subdivide it, but use dynamic subdivision like this one, sometimes with the previous algorithm on the create cutter button, you could get some weird things. So let me just show you. If I use a mask here and press create cutter, I have my new algorithm and it works well. I would just update the size. So let me tell, okay, 80 for example. Oh no, okay, 40. Nice. So this is a new algorithm, but you can't see anything wrong, of course. And if I use the previous one, because I kept the previous one actually, by holding Control key while pressing this button, I will run the previous one. And as you can see here, the previous one is less good because this mesh is very low, and if it's too low, even the new one won't work. But the mesh is very low, and because the dynamic subdivision. So if I compare both, so I have, this is a new algorithm, and this is a new algorithm, and this is the last one. So I kept both because in some case you could get some weird border shape on the new one. I mean, I didn't get it during all my tests, but I think you could. So just in case, I kept the old one by pressing, by holding Control key. But in most cases, you should use only the new one. All right. So this is the first change. And there is some also minor change while you're pressing apply splitting. If you use a solo mode, so let me insert a sphere, for example, and just, okay, so I am in live boolean mode, but if I press solo mode and say apply splitting, it works. Oh, of course, sorry, it works, but it wasn't working before because it's solo mode. So now if you use solo mode or even transparency, this button will just turn them off, so it will works every time. I did it because somebody told me to do it actually, one of you guys. All right, and then the last major update I would say is this new button, clean split by size. So sometimes when you measure weird, like let me just divide this cylinder, and then I will do something weird, but it could happen sometimes. So let me do that. All right. Sometimes you don't see that, but you have this kind of shape. For example, in the between the arm and the chest or something like that. So when you have this kind of shape, the Boolean operation can't work very well. I mean, it will work, but it will keep this kind of shape. So let's press apply splitting. All right, and I got this thing. I got my tool, of course, but also this weird shape and this weird shape, right? Actually, it's weird, it kept this one. Because I closed all after it. Anyway, so I got some wrong shape, right? And I don't want that, so sometimes it can be frustrating if you have too many shapes like that. It's not because the tool, it's because the way Boolean operation works. If you got too many shapes like that, it's not because you have this kind of modeling error, it's probably because something with the Dynamesh, but I have already explained that on a previous video, so let me just show you quickly. Alright, so if you go to my to my channel and go to the direct playlist, this video explains everything about fixing mesh, and there is something about this little small shape. So I will encourage you to watch it, but it's pretty long because it was a live, sorry. Alright, let me just show you on this one. So this model has multiple errors actually. So I made some bad cut and the mesh is wrong in many places. So I will get this kind of error. Let me just update the size, check it. Okay, that's fine. And if I press apply splitting, it will take some times. I'm not sure, but I wonder if 2023 is not slower, but I am on a trial version actually. And it will do the Boolean operation, and then it will create a new tool and split all parts. But because this mesh is wrong, I will get too many parts. And if you have too many of them, you should probably press escape. I mean, if you have more than 100 or even a dozen, I think it's a wrong mesh, but you can keep it anyway. There is some limitation. So let's see what's happened. Okay, I have like many subtools. So I can press escape if I want to, or just let him finish if I don't have too many of them. But you see, it can take some time. And I will get, oh sorry, so this new mesh is here, and I got many wrong shape like you can see here. So let me just show you in solo mode. I can't even see the shape, but if I zoom on it, okay, I have this kind of wrong shape, and I don't want to keep them, of course. So now, I mean, this mesh is very bad, but anyway. So now I can clean all these shapes by hitting this button. This button will check the size of every subtool and delete the subtool if it's smaller or equal to the value here. So by default, I have enter 5. So let's say it's 160 millimeters, so it's 5 millimeters. And every subtool under or equal to this value will be deleted. But I can enter my own value if I want to, like 10 for example, and press enter. And then it will delete all the wrong shapes. Nice. So now it's clean. But once again, if you have more like hundreds of small subtools, you should press escape to stop the splitting operation. Just be careful if the size is not, it's too big compared to the model itself. It will of course delete some good subtool. So let's say, I have only pretty tall subtool, but let's say maybe 50 and press enter. Okay, 50 was enough to delete the right arm. So be careful with that. And here we go. So I hope you will enjoy it, and wish you good use. Just be careful. I won't update every version of ZBrush. I can't tell if I will do it or not. So just keep a version for you. And see you next time.